Life is f***ing wild, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do we have Chinese weather balloons roaming across our free land, oh hello. We also have an ex-president who's taken a mugshot, a current president who sounds like mumbo jumbo.
And Joan Shingang, I'm going to pronounce it, Shanga Kawawa. I think I pronounced it correctly.
We even have UFO witnesses. Sorry, UAP witnesses testifying before Congress. Shit, we even have a war in Ukraine run by a president who's a comedian. Life's got it all. I mean, what more could we ask for?
Vamos a descubrir en este momento esos cuerpos que, de acuerdo a los científicos que van a declararlo aquí, son seres no humanos que no son parte de nuestra evolución terrestre.
That's right, ladies and gents. We now have famous Mexican ufologist Jaime Maussan claiming these 3-foot beings as mummified aliens from Peru. These claims of mummy aliens have not only been testified before Mexican Congress, but have many wondering why Mr. Maussan prematurely came out with these allegations. According to Cassandra Garrison in an article for Reuters, for Jaime Maussan, they are one of the most important discoveries in the history of humankind. But for many scientists, these 2 tiny mummified bodies with elongated heads and 3 fingers on each hand, images of which were beamed around the world this week when they were presented to Mexico's Congress, are an already debunked perhaps criminal stunt. While many are skeptical about the fact that Maussan is somewhat of a known hoaxer, the examination of these beings could almost prove his allegations as truthful. But what is the truth behind Mr. Jaime's claims? Are these mummy aliens actual mummy aliens, or just plain old actual bullshit? I legit need to find out. Or at least try. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Scotch. Grab your thinking hats, put them on, and let's answer this question. Are these mummy aliens real? So where did these mummy remains come from, and how did Jaime Maussan get his hands on them? Well, these mummies were said to have come from Peru and were supposedly discovered by a miner in a cave, where a total of 9 mummified specimens were also discovered along with these 2 short, humanoid creatures. That brings us to September 12, 2023, where Mexico also had a UFO congressional hearing, where Mr. Maussan would pull off his most wild stunt yet.
De acuerdo a la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, quien realizó los análisis de carbono 14, estos seres tienen alrededor de 1000 años de antigüedad, es decir.
Now, how Jaime Maussan got his hands on these things is beyond me, and according to Simon Romero for the New York Times, it was unclear how Mr. Maussan got the mummified specimens to Mexico from Peru, whether they are actually from Peru, or if his specimens are reproductions or different from other mummified remains previously said to be extraterrestrial, which are still in Peru. But Peruvian news reports have suggested that Mr. Maussan got wind of some mummies in 2017 from a Peruvian tomb raider. Analysis of the specimens in question in Peru showed that they were manufactured using a combination of human and animal bones, vegetable fibers, and synthetic adhesives. Before Mexico's Congress were briefed by the controversial journalist, they were also briefed about unidentified flying objects by former US pilot Ryan Graves, in which he'd later comment on Twitter, or X, stating he said he accepted the Mexican Congress's invitation, hoping to keep up the momentum of government interest in pilot experiences with unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAP. He'd also state that Mr. Maussan's demonstration was a huge step backwards for this issue. He wrote, "My testimony centered on sharing my experience and the UAP reports I hear from commercial and military aircrew through ASA's Witness program. I will continue to raise awareness of UAP as an urgent matter of aerospace safety, national security, and science, but I am deeply disappointed by this unsubstantiated stunt." Now, this is where things start to become murky. Not only would scientists and researchers quickly question the origins of these mummies, they'd also question the person bringing forth these historic remains. Julieta Fierro, researcher of the Institute of Astronomy at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, was among those who expressed skepticism, saying that many details about the figures made no sense. Fierro added that the researchers' claims that her university endorsed their supposed discovery were false, and noted that scientists would need more advanced technology than the X-rays they claimed to use to determine if the allegedly calcified bodies were non-human. Maussan has done many things. He says he has talked to the Virgin of Guadalupe, she said. He told me extraterrestrials do not talk to me like they talk to him because I don't believe in them. The scientist added that it seems strange that they extracted what would surely be a treasure of the nation from Peru without inviting the Peruvian ambassador. It is unclear where or how Jaime Maussan was able to bring these mummies from Peru, with a news outlet stating, "The Culture Ministry of Peru attempted to take these bodies from one of the most renowned universities 3 years ago, but they were unsuccessful." The leading voice from the ministry, Leslie Urtiega, claimed on Thursday that these alleged alien bodies are mummies that were stolen from one of these sites in the country. There has been an open investigation and charges against Maussan's team for the theft of these Nazca mummies. This is a discovery we have known for years. No scientific entity in Peru has claimed these findings are of non-human origin. The alien mummies would be live-streamed to Jaime Maussan's YouTube channel with a couple of radiologists and doctors of their respective fields, examining the artifact known as Clara, or Clara the Mummy. Before the examination of this mummy would occur, Maussan's stand-in anchorman led the video by stating that this was undoubtedly a non-humanoid reptilian being with 3 eggs still inside of its mummified body.
No sabemos qué es, no sabemos su origen exacto. Lo que sí sabemos es que tienen 1000 años de antigüedad estos especímenes, que miden entre 60 y 58 centímetros de estatura, que son humanoides porque caminan, no son ningún tipo de mono, de chimpancé o de simio. Es algo verdaderamente diferente. También sabemos que son reptiles porque ponen huevos.
Maussan's stand-in anchorman led the video by stating that this was undoubtedly a non-humanoid reptilian, being that it had 3 eggs still inside of its mummified body. The CT scans and X-rays of this figure would prove Maussan's point not only in finding 3 eggs inside of this alien mummy, but proving the mummy was made up of one single skeleton with no modifications, no single metals or glues even attaching any other bones together.
Efectivamente, acaban de ver las imágenes recién tomadas directamente y con la interpretación de un especialista en imagen y un especialista en ortopedia, en donde están confirmando que este cuerpo no tiene señales de haber sido armado, es decir, que no tiene metales que lo unan, pegamento que lo una o alguna otra estructura que pudiera haber juntado piezas óseas para armar el cuerpo.
The doctors would even claim that this was once a non-human living being, and even would claim that some sort of metal was plated within the bone structure of the chest. Did you hear me correctly?
Es decir, que no tiene metales que lo unan, pegamento que lo una.
Eso que brilla ahí, si lo quieres señalar, que se ve en cámara, eso que brilla ahí, ¿es normal eso?
En este caso, las unidades Hanfield están por arriba de 4000, ¿no? Eso quiere decir que pues nos aclara que es un metal, ¿no?
While many quickly believed these assertions brought forth on the live stream, comments under this Reddit post would even question the medical personnel involved with these examinations. Is everyone aware of this hoaxer's history and how the doctor has worked with him before? Or are we just pretending not to know this hugely disqualifying fact? Also, what kind of doctor or scientist confidently gives assessments like this in real time to a camera? 45 minutes in and we're declaring them real? Give me a break. This is a show. He was going to say those words regardless. This is what science looks like to people who have no idea what real science looks like. Wrap it up, everyone. These things are so goddamn fake, it's ridiculous. Something strange is going on. It's being deliberately suppressed, in my opinion. Never seen such blanket hoax screams so quickly. This tells me it's real as to be honest. It didn't help that they looked fake as and that the guy presenting them had previously been involved with a known fake mummy. So, pretty easy to see why people aren't buying it. But that's okay. If this is legit, it will come out, and in a big way, if it's legit. The livestream seemed to only confirm that this humanoid creature was actually one skeleton and not several skeletons pieced together. Towards the end of the livestream, one of the doctors would even state that the piece of metal found in Clara couldn't possibly hold the entire body together, rather just the bones around the chest area of the mummy. It's no secret that Jaime Maussan grasps on the most controversial of topics, with people on Reddit warning those not to believe his story. Jaime Maussan has been a longtime TV personality that talks about UFOs and other paranormal things. I grew up watching him on Spanish television. The problem is that Jaime Maussan consistently pushes for things that later turn out to be hoaxes, and in some cases, pure scams. In 2015, he organized an event in Mexico in which he was going to reveal a set of slides of a purported alien body from the 1940s. Maussan charged for the event and ended up selling thousands of tickets. Anyway, the alien body in the pictures was actually a picture of a mummified 2-year-old boy that had been on display at a museum at the Mesa Verde National Park. Maussan also tried to convince the world that he had the body of a small alien creature, which came to be known as the Metepec creature. It was later revealed that the creature was actually a buffy, tufted marmoset. In 2017, Jaime Maussan began pushing the subject of mummified alien bodies from Peru. He presented the body of a supposed mummified alien that turned out to have 110% human DNA. What's weird is that the body appeared to be put together from body parts belonging to different people. For example, the hand contained bones belonging to both neonatal children and also adults. While most remain hopeful for the revelations brought to us by the Mexican government and Jaime Maussan, the fact that Jaime Maussan was the only one revealing these mummy aliens leaves many questioning their validity.